Hi, this is Dr. Gary. Welcome to my tune-up. Well, first of all, I want to address a couple of you that wanted to know if I was still alive, and the answer definitely is yes. I took a small hiatus. You know, at my age, sometimes it's good to do that. And got away, and tell you what, I'm back. And one of the things I enjoyed doing the most while I was away was watch your comments, your questions, your thoughts about some of the tune-ups. Many of you have really triggered on one of the tune-ups. It's got thousands and thousands of views. In fact, YouTube even notified me, said I ought to repost it. Well, it's up on the website, thetuneupchannel.com, where anybody can see it anytime, but it's about loneliness. And we're not going to talk necessarily about loneliness today, but we're going to talk about what can create that feeling of being alone in the world, being alone and battling your finances, your worries, your cares and concerns. One of the things we have to really be aware of is most everything that's going on in our life is generated through our thought process. I know it sounds ridiculous sometimes. Some people really, hate on me because I talk about this, and they're not quite understanding what I'm saying, I guess. So I'm going to see if I can improve upon the state of the art of my conversation. It really is true, if you stop and think about it, that our thoughts exist only in our mind. The past and the future exist pretty much only in our thinking process, and it really realms around our memory cells and the creativity that the memory cells produce and trigger. If we're worried about money or health or finances or our well-being, what happens is our mind immediately goes to an associated experience that gives us justification for a reality that can happen. And it's usually in our memory. Keep in mind, this is still just a thinking thing. It's not really happening. And then we bring that forward in real time, but we slide right back right now, this moment, and we move into the future. And what happens is, now we've taken the experience of the past, brought it into the future with a negative expectation of what could happen. And then that creates a state of worry, fear, malcontent, hatred, anger, whatever it is. So here's what we have to understand. The way we can control that is pretty simple. However, it does take a little bit of discipline. It does take our ability to take control for just a moment over our thoughts, which we do have control over. In fact, the reality of it is there's only two things in life we are in control of. What we do about the things that come to us, whether it's thinking or actual things in our life and events, and what we choose to do about it. Thoughts are the same thing. Thoughts come to us. What we choose to do about those thoughts and the actions we choose to take to remedy those thoughts. So understanding that the past and the future exist only in our imagination, in our thought process, it gives us control over the outcomes if we can simply take that experience of the past that may have traumatized us, reframe it into understanding what did we learn from that experience, bring that forward in time to this moment right now, and ask yourself, what can I do right now that maybe I didn't do then that's going to make the next moment improve upon itself? And I really don't care how bad things were. If you made it and survived to this moment, you survived it. And that's the first victory, is to understand you made it. The next thing is to give yourself permission to let it be okay, to be a little bit irritated by it, and then get over it. By coming into the moment and understanding I survived that, now what can I do to change my life because of that experience? Now, many of you may write to me and say, well, that's really easy for you to say, Dr. Gary. In fact, I remember one comment somebody made said, it's obvious this guy has never not had money. It's obvious this guy has never been lonely. And it's obvious this guy has never had a problem. Well, let me tell you what. I got here learning how to manage all of those things. And sometimes you don't really learn how to manage them, but you simply learn how to move through them and get to the next day. Many people are attempting to live their life in chunks, like, I want to figure this out now so the rest of my life is perfect. That's not going to happen. I don't care about how much money you've got, how healthy you are. It's not going to be perfect. Life is not perfect. In fact, what life is a series of course corrections or crashes that you save and land the plane a little more safely, maybe with just a bump. That's what life is. And if people believe that they're going to get through life without any of these things happening to them, they're crazy, because life is a learning experience and we never learn anything by doing it right. We always learn from mistakes, from trauma, from events that make us think about things. So let's work on understanding the past and the future really do only exist in our thoughts. And if we want the future to be better, what we have to do is walk into this moment, the present moment, and really rethink what we've learned from those experiences and ask ourselves, what can we do now we didn't do yesterday that's going to help us make a better tomorrow for ourselves? And also, if you take yourself out of the equation and ask yourself, what can I do for someone else? Or how can I be of service to others? That sometimes takes the burden off yourself, and understand maybe you haven't got quite so bad after all. There's always somebody with a bigger challenge than you. So thank you for paying attention. Thank you for writing me. Thank you for watching. And if I can ever help you, all you have to do is email me. Or sometimes you can even call me. I do answer the phone. And we will see what we can do to help you. Until next time, this is Dr. Gary wishing you a very pleasant, thought-filled day. Bye-bye.